How's it going, everybody? Got a bit to talk about in this video. A bit of an update on Sony's free game offer for new PlayStation 5 owners in the US. It has been adjusted to just being invitation only, so we'll talk about that. We've been covering a lot of negative gaming news recently, and you know what? Let's just continue it. Marvel is apparently painfully aware that its games aren't doing all too well, and to round out the video, we'll take a look at some more positive news. Remedy is about to release Alan Wake 2, but you know what? They're also working on remakes of Max Payne 1 and 2, which is pretty exciting, and we'll talk that at the end of this video, an update on that. But first of all, as noted on PSU, Sony's free game offer for new PlayStation 5 owners in the US is invitation only. Sony announced the promotion last month, at which time it revealed the offer is valid in only the US for eligible PSN account holders who are at least 18 years of age and purchase and activate a new PS5 by October 20th. The October 20th date is very relevant because they're actually releasing a SpiderMan 2 PlayStation 5 bundle, so they're very aware. We don't want you to get a PS5 Spider-Man bundle and also take advantage of this promotion. It's also been noted that Sony has tweaked the terms so that now the offer is read by invitation only, so I imagine when you register your console, you'll get some sort of email and then you'll be able to redeem the free game. Hopefully, it is a case that the most people just get their free game. If you are not aware, the games that are offered are Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man Remastered, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Demon's Souls, Last of Us Part 1, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, Returnal, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, and Death Stranding Director's Cut. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't understand why. I mean, I do understand why, don't get me wrong, but with this new PlayStation 5 bundle that is about to come out with Spider-Man 2, it would be kind of cool if they included Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man Remastered in the bundle as well. Like, I mean, you know, there's gonna be a large portion of people that potentially haven't played Spider-Man or Miles Morales and they see that there's a Spider-Man 2 bundle. Why not also bundle in the first game? We know why. They want to sell you the first game. Like, I'm not gonna play stupid here. I know why they're not doing that, but nevertheless, it would be kind of nice, but I guess, yeah, they should. They probably want you to buy the game. Obviously, with Spider-Man 2, I would highly recommend you to play Spider-Man before you jump into that, just because Spider-Man is, this story arc is very narrative-driven, so if you're gonna get the Spider-Man 2 bundle, make sure you've played Spider-Man 1. And yeah, make sure you stay away from spoilers as well, because spoilers are really abundant online right now for Spider-Man 2, so try to protect yourself from that. But for this bundle, it seems like it has been adjusted, or this offer, I should say, has been adjusted to invitation only. Moving on from that, Marvel is painfully aware that its games are flopping. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but this is coming from the Can We Get Some Toast Twitter account. Marvel is painfully aware of how their video games division hasn't been reaching its potential overall. There have been whispers of an internal shift on Marvel to focus on games. The new EA Black Panther and Iron Man games will be the start of a push for something big. If you really assess the Marvel games that have come out at this point, what are the ones that have truly flopped? Well, I look at Marvel's Avengers. That game flopped more so from a game quality standpoint rather than it being like, Avengers not being a quality IP. Like, Avengers, if that was a good game, it would have sold incredibly well, but that was just a gigantic flop. Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought was a tremendous game. Maybe tremendous is a little bit of a stretch, but I thought it was a really good game. Maybe that's just indicative of people, like with Guardians of the Galaxy, like Guardians of the Galaxy is not as big of an IP as Spider-Man, but I feel like there's a lot of buzz around Guardians of the Galaxy, especially with the movie trilogy, and I feel like with the movies that have come out, with the success of the IP thus far, that the game would have done fairly well. But for whatever reason, the Square Enix published Marvel games have been rather amiss. I thought, you know, they did a great job with the game, and the game was really solid, but maybe it's also more people want open world Marvel titles. I don't know. But Guardians of the Galaxy was one where I thought the game was good. Unfortunately, it just didn't resonate highly at a commercial level, but it still did well from a critical standpoint, but commercially didn't knock it out of the park. And then Marvel's Midnight Suns, like, I just think that game was never really gonna work out. Marvel fans, I don't know how much they're looking to play a strategy game and a Firaxis style game. The game turned out to be pretty good, but again, I just think that's marrying an IP with a genre that's not gonna appeal to the fans of that IP. That's just my 2 cents on that. Obviously, from a Sony standpoint, Marvel's Spider-Man has crushed it. I think Wolverine is gonna crush it. I would have to think that Black Panther and Iron Man will do pretty good, but again, you would have thought, you know, some of those other games would have done fairly good, and, you know, unfortunate all around. Hopefully, there will be some success in the Marvel's games division here going forward, because obviously, it's something that they're very much delving into. I would prefer Insomniac to not just turn it into a Marvel studio. Like, that to me is kind of a bummer. Like, I like that they did Ratchet, I like that they're doing Spider-Man, but I hope they don't turn into, like, predominantly a Marvel-making game studio, which is a bummer, because I think Insomniac can be more than just, you know, creating superhero games. Although, Wolverine, like, let's be real, that game should be sick. Even though we haven't seen gameplay for it, and I memed on them back in 2021 when they announced it with no gameplay, that game should be sick. So, hopefully it does turn out well. Lastly, Remedy is about to drop Alan Wake 2, but they're also working on remakes of Max Payne and Max Payne 2. In an interview with VGC, it was asked to Sam Lake about the remakes of Max Payne 1 and 2 and how Remedy's initial announcement suggested it would be a large undertaking. Lake noted it is a significant undertaking in the sense that even if they are old games, just thinking about bringing them up to modern standards and combining them to one, you can see that it's a big project. Upon being asked if he would be reprising his role as Max from the first game, he said, "No comment, that's going too far." Remedy announced the remakes of Max Payne 1 and 2 last year, and it's still very much in early development. Obviously, the main focus has been Alan Wake 2, and they're working on a new Control game. Remedy's got a lot of projects under their umbrella right now, so they're doing a lot of work. It'll just be interesting to see how consistently they're able to put out these games. Control came out in 2019, and now they're following it up with Alan Wake 2 in 2023. Given that the world went to hell for a couple of years, that's not that insane, but you know, it is something to consider. I wouldn't expect to see the Max Payne remakes for a very long time. I'm thinking 2026 would be the earliest we're gonna get these games, and that's really what you have to think about. When these games are initially announced, you're talking about, you know, 4 or 5 years in the development cycle, and these games, when they were announced, very much in the pre-planning stages and not very far along. But Max Payne, I think, is a super underrated franchise. I think people should go back and play Max Payne 3. I know it's difficult because there is no remastered version, which, by the way, Rockstar, get on that. I think a lot of people would check that out. But Max Payne 3, in particular, has some of the best gunplay in a video game in recent memory. Like, Max Payne 3 is a super well-made game from a gameplay standpoint. Visuals still hold up really well, and yeah, story is super gritty, very much on a mature tone, but that's the one that got me into Max Payne more than anything, especially because, you know, growing up, I wasn't playing Max Payne 1 and 2, but Max Payne 3, I ended up really enjoying, so you know, hopefully Max Payne 1 and 2 gets it at that level. But that is going to do it for me. Again, an update on Sony's free game offer. It looks like it's invitation only, which is a little odd, but hopefully everybody does get invited. Marvel games seemingly not doing all too well, and Remedy saying that its Max Payne remakes projects are going to be a big undertaking. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.